Neil Langston has appeared before the grand jury today. Now, before I get into the details of that, just a couple of things I wanted to say. TikTok has a sense of humor because, when you go up to upload a photo or video background and it will try to assign a sound. So obviously I was doing that here. And the sound that it assigned to this image was literally the Law and Order sound. I kid you not. Other lovely news of the day. It is 88 degrees and sunny in Los Angeles today. Thank you, Mother Nature. Where are you from and what is the temperature where you live? And just so you know, I do feel for those who are very cold right now. I grew up in the Northeast, so, I feel for you. And my birthday was this past Sunday, okay, February 1st. I'm an Aquarius, where my Aquarius at. So I grew up with very cold birthdays, very snowy birthdays often. So I am very grateful when I get to have these beautiful weather birthdays. It makes such a difference. So I don't take it for granted. So that's why I'm in like flowers today. It's 88 degrees. You don't understand. My AC is running. It's beautiful. So anyway, moving on from that, let's get into what happened today with Neil Langston and what's being reported. Now, the information that's being reported is coming from lamag.com and TMZ. Those are the sources that I have today that I will be using. Now, Neil Langston is obviously an associate of David Burke, and he appeared today before the Los Angeles County Grand Jury, who is investigating the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Now, Neil Langston is a long-term associate of David Anthony Burke, and he was testifying today after being arrested last month in Montana after he was served a warrant for failing to appear as a witness. He was hauled all the way back here because he ignored those subpoenas. Now, according to TMZ, Neo spent roughly 30 to 40 minutes before the panel and left the courthouse without answering many questions from reporters. Now, TMZ did get some video of that, and I will show you that right here.
Hi today. How did everything go in there? Why were you avoiding testifying? Do you think David is innocent? Is there anything you want to tell the public about the David case? Anything?
Now, it was previously reported that David's manager, Robert Morgenroth, spent 3 days testifying before the grand jury, which signals how deeply prosecutors have been digging into people close to this case. By comparison, Neo, who is widely described as a confidant to David, was before the panel for just 40 minutes, which is a very brief appearance, and it's raised some eyebrows. Now, because these grand jury proceedings are very secretive, it's unclear whether Neo has invoked his Fifth Amendment rights, limited his answers on advice of his counsel, or he was questioned only on a narrow set of issues. Now, in some investigations, it's being reported that prosecutors only keep testimony short if a witness could later be considered a subject or suspect of the case. And for now, the LAPD has not said how Neo fits into the larger probe, and no charges have been filed against him or anybody else for that matter. And to be very clear, because nobody is in that grand jury room that can report on this, questioning if he invoked his fifth or anything like that is simply speculation. We do not know if that's fact. We can just question if that was the case at this point. Now, LA Mag brought up a very good question. They said, if subpoenaed to testify, why flee in the first place? Which is true. You have every right to plead the fifth. So why leave? Why go to Montana? When people have been subpoenaed before grand juries before, you have had gangsters and mobsters show up to these. They haven't fled. So why in the world was Neil Langston fleeing from these subpoenas? Now, this grand jury has been convening since this past November 2025, and they've been gathering evidence related to the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. It's been reported that multiple witnesses who are connected to David's circle have already testified before this grand jury, and the investigation is currently ongoing. So that's honestly all there is to report on at this time. Neo showed up, right? He had bail set against him. He legally, lawfully had to show up to this grand jury. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you think he invoked his Fifth Amendment right? Do you think he testified to any questions and answered anything in this case? Do you think he will stay loyal to his BFF David, or do you think he might turn on him? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you as always for tuning into The Light. Make sure that you're following me for updates on this case and many more that I report on. And as always, I will see you all in the next one. If it's cold by you, stay warm.